I need $1 bad.
We are live Sunday after the Week 11 and the brutal loss in LA. Eagles just took all-time bad look for a poverty franchise back at the bottom where they belong. But it was a bad week for the team all around. I don't have the units in front of me, but I got a gut feeling it was not good. Another bad week, but we will be back strong next week.
Yeah, just pain. When will the suffering end?
Never. Should we recap the Sunday night game before everything else? Since
Isn't that what we do every Sunday?
fresh in our mind. I don't
That's
know.
what we've done the last couple Sundays.
All right.
All right, what's there?
The Bengals are
No
poverty.
introduction needed. Yeah, Bengals poverty. Bengals on the road in a Bengals 27, Chargers 34. Almost 900 total yards of offense. Bengals 5.8 yards per play, Chargers 6.9. Chargers, the one Herbert fumble was the only turnover in the game. Bengals one time of possession by 10 minutes. And obviously last 2 minutes, there was 3 punts in the last 2 minutes. Chargers get the ball back, Herbert makes 2 big passes to Ladd, and that JK runs it in for the game when he touched it.
Luke?
Take it away, brother.
I don't really know what else to say anymore. We're gonna have probably career years from both Burrow and Chase. And it's gonna amount to probably a top half pick in the draft. Last year, where Burrow's gonna miss half the season, we're probably gonna win more games that year than we do this year. So it's complete and utter failure. Like I've been saying, it's just have to strip it down to the studs. It probably isn't going to happen. So it's pretty pointless for me to even bring this up anymore. I don't want to talk more about the Chargers, honestly. They're going to make the playoffs. They're probably not going to win a playoff game. I don't know. This team's... None of the questions that I had about them were answered tonight. Defense finally gave up more than 20 points when they finally played a real offense. Like Connor said, we had the ball for the whole fucking game. If McPherson doesn't miss these 2 fucking field goals, I don't know what happened to that guy. One of the great one-year wonders this league has maybe ever fucking seen.
He had an incredible run as a rookie.
God, he's incredible. And he has been awful. Thank God we just inked a new contract for his bum ass.
Who is this?
McPherson.
Evan McPherson, the Bengals kicker.
Yeah, that guy's good. I think we trade for him.
Yeah, so Bengals best resident offense in the NFL going into the week. First half, 0 for 2. Took 2 field goals, which he actually made. But yeah, if the Bengals offense could convert that one on the fucking goal, like Bengals should have won this game. But
there's so many plays you can say. The Mike Hilton dropped it. There's so many plays you can say the Bengals could have won this game.
Win games like this. This has been every Bengals game this year. Good teams win these games. They're not a good team. They aren't winning these close games. If you flip all the one possession games this year, I saw it before this game. I think the Bengals were 8-2. They'd be 9-2 now. It's just good teams win games like this, and they aren't winning these games. So they're not a good team. And I have a lot of people to blame, but the 2 I ain't blaming are 9-1. And Trey Hendrickson, not blaming him either.
Yeah, as long as Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are wearing stripes, I'm still happy to be a Bengals fan. No matter how this game ends up, no matter how the season ends up, Joe played his heart out. There's nobody I'd rather have as my quarterback.
I feel so bad for that motherfucker. He's just so pissed on the sideline every time they cut to him.
How can you not be? The defense was in the first half. They scored on every possession, I think.
Yeah.
You're not blaming number 9, but I will blame number 9 when you have a blatant wide ass open Jamar Chase. The way you're throwing too, it's literally right.
If he played any worse than the best quarterback in the league, they're not even in the game,
dude. Can't hit this guy. You're literally throwing underneath. You literally looking that way. You have the corner out wide ass open, and he can't fucking hit that. That's on 9.
One
Only
miss of the
person.
game. His one miss of the game. Out of
Cost
50
them the
attempts, he
game.
missed
I don't
one.
give a fuck if it's
Out of-
one. It's the one you
Cost
have
him
to
the game.
hit.
He's
You
the reason
gotta
they
hit
lost
it.
the game.
You
He's
did
the
it.
reason they lost the
You
game.
hit
This is
that,
like
you
this
have
is like
one to hit.
critiquing Luca's defense in the finals. They're not even close to being in this game if Burrow doesn't have an amazing game outside of that one play.
Cool, he
Because
kept them close,
it's not
but
worth.
when it mattered and
Oh
came
my
up,
fucking
it come up
God.
clutch,
This
he
is
did
an
not do
insane.
it.
This is an
He didn't
insane
do
take,
it.
Tony. That
Such
you're
a fucking
blaming
hater.
that you're
Not an
blaming
insane
Joe
take,
Burrow
bro.
for this loss is an insane take.
2% of Joe Burrow's attempts today. That is what that one throw counted for, was 2% of his throws.
It cost 6
Okay.
points, is what it did. I don't know what
There's
you're
no
talking
other place.
about.
No other place in the game cost 6 points either way.
No, it's not. But that was
How
Yeah,
about
Mike
this
Hilton dropped
play?
interception,
J.K.
dude.
Dobbins break open a third touchdown run to steal the fucking game. They have
You
a fucking
wanna-
48-yard attempt. It's not a guarantee
Cameron
that
Dicker
they
is
make
a
that fucking
guarantee.
field goal. It's a
It's
guarantee.
Dicker the
It's guaranteed.
kicker, bro.
They're the
It's Dicker the
Chargers.
kicker.
How many
It's
times
Dicker
did the
the
Chargers
kicker.
miss that fucking kick? A million times.
Not Cameron
They've
Dicker,
lost their
bro.
A lot.
They've lost 10 straight games by 3 or less. That is the fourth longest streak in
Can
NFL
we
history. They
can we get
fucking
input from the other
on the
three line
goddamn-
chasers? Do you guys blame Joe Burrow for this loss? Connor, Corey, Hunter? Do we blame
Listen,
Joe
I'm
Burrow?
just gonna.
Wide ass open.
I
No,
want to talk
Jamar Chase.
about the Chargers. I want to talk about the Chargers a little bit because I think this was a big change for their culture and kind of solidified them as a good team. I mean, good teams win games like this, and they broke their old Chargers habit tonight. Herbert looks extremely poised. He makes some mistakes that he got away with tonight that could have been really bad. But he looks really good. He's got an absolute laser on. I mean, the defense played 2.5 good quarters and then got absolutely throttled over the top. But no, I mean, shout out the shout out they got it going in LA. I mean that's a solid football.
Just go ahead and stop talking, brother.
Yeah,
It's
just
just
Wi-Fi
not
giving
working.
out, brother.
You might have to get off the pod today, brother. I'll be honest. You might just have to sit there and do the facial
Wi-Fi is
expressions.
bad. I will take over. Not maybe not the host, but like I want to go in. I couldn't disagree more. I think this second half Chargers team looked atrocious. I do not think that they beat up on a shitty defense in the first half and then came out and Herbert looked lost in the second half. Yeah, they ended up winning it, but if you watched it, Herbert missed 5 throws that need to be completed in that. Should have thrown a pick six to Mike Hilton on an out route to Lab that was so underthrown. It was comical. I think this defense is pretty good. I mean, I think that they put Burrow in rough spots. They had really good pressure the entire game. Now, you know, you could say that the line's bad, but they did this without Khalil Mack as well. But yeah, I'm with Luke. I think the Chargers get bounced first round. I don't see how. Herbert's awesome. I love Herbert, always will. But definitely not the QB play that you're going to need to go against the Bills, Chiefs, Ravens, Steelers. This just
I disagree. You're talking about, and I think I fixed my problem. I was just in a dead spot. But I totally disagree. You're talking about 4 or 5 bad plays. What about the 28 other good throws he had that were absolute
Well, he
ropes
didn't have
for
28 good
touchdowns?
throws because he was 17 of 36. That's less than 50% completion percentage against the worst secondary in the league.
That benched their supposed best corner and was starting a 5th round rookie on their best receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Round rookie. What was his name? Was that number
Fig
28?
Newton.
Fig Newton.
Yeah, Fig Newton. He's good, but he is a 5th round rookie.
Yeah.
Barely made the
say,
team.
he
He was the
looked
last player on the roster.
Probably your best corner. And he's
Not a
not even
hard bar to
playing.
climb.
Yeah.
I'll
We're
give
giving him
So,
30 points
no,
a
I
game.
mean,
you Beanie Bishop.
Chargers writer.
I'll give
been
you
a Chargers
Beanie
writer.
Bishop for Jamar Chase.
I love when Corey talks about something that's completely relevant to the conversation we're having, just to bring up
Oh,
someone
no,
about
I
the
don't.
Steelers.
But on a for real note, I think we're starting to see like the next great quarterback wide receiver combo. I think Lad's going to be a star in this league, and Herbert's got all the tools to be a great quarterback. You laugh at this now, but almost every take I've had that I've said this season, you guys have laughed at, and it has come true for me. So
What?
not Lamar Jackson's been a bum. That has not been the
No.
truth.
he is a disappointment.
Side note. Shout out Tankathon. They had the Bengals at 11 right now, currently picking Ashton Genty from Boise State. So
Yeah, that'll
shout out
fix
you
the
guys.
problems. Great job, Tankathon.
Yep,
If that
Tankathon.
happens, No shot. It happens, but
Jersey.
ridiculous.
Wherever Genty goes, I'm a fan of that cat. I'm buying a jersey. If he goes to Cincinnati, I would be
You're a
pained.
Cowboy, brother.
Dude, the Cowboys, they got bigger
All right,
fish to fry.
let's move on. Let's move on. All right, can we be done with this? I've set
Jumping
this
into
up.
it.
Do we want to go over units?
And the Bengals
before?
went out.
No, we'll do that Tuesday.
Yeah, we didn't do it last week. Won't do it this week.
I just want to say, my end note on this: the perfect tombstone to our season was them letting J.K. Dobbins score that touchdown. It was egregious that they let that happen.
They weren't trying to let him score. They should have let him score. They weren't trying to get Cam Taylor Britt was back in the game for whatever reason. He tried to tackle him and completely missed. They should have let him score.
The percentage chance of him missing that field goal is so much higher than you converting.
He was already on the 20-yard line though. 40 yards back, sure, but he already when he breaks that, you let him go.
But the fact that you let him get that far when you know they're running it is ridiculous.
Yes, that is fair.
TTB tried to tackle him on like the 7.
Yeah.
The downfall of Cam Taylor Britt needs to be studied because he was at least a decent core in this league to probably above average core in this league.
He was really good in the playoffs. In the playoffs last year, he was incredible. He was shutting down good receivers.
He had that really cool pick against Kansas City, though.
Corey, I literally just wish so bad I could come through this fucking camera and slap you in the face.
Luke began this season in the group chat, CTB. Luke now rooting for 5th-round picks, so that's the ultimate fucking.
He's now been benched twice this season. He got benched against Carolina as well.
In the first half, Jermaine Pratt was up in his grill on the sideline.
Yeah, he yelled at him.
Yelling him to wake the fuck up.
You are cooked bacon. That's what he was saying. Get off my field.
End of the game, we have Logan Wilson rushing the passer because we have no one on the defensive line who can do it.
Yeah. Long story short, Bengals, poverty franchise, Chargers, good franchise.
One last point. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback in the league right now. Nobody's playing better than Joe. Maybe Allen, but I think Joe's
and Lamar.
Lamar,
Allen, Burrow, no specific order.
I agree that Joe's playing the best out of all the quarterbacks in the league right now. However, you got to win games, which is something that they're not doing.
That's not the point. That's not related to anything that I said. Obviously.
Jamar Chase has 40 touchdowns through 56 career games. It's pretty good. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's jump into the Sunday slate. Las Vegas Raiders on the road in Miami versus the Dolphins. Raiders 19, Dolphins 34. Raiders 5.3 yards per play, Dolphins 5.5 yards per play. Both teams were very efficient on third down. Raiders 8 for 14, Dolphins 8 for 12. One pick by Minshew. Time of possession pretty even as well, but Dolphins walk away with this, and it was never close in the end of this game. Dolphins put it away pretty easily and got out of here at home with a W. Moving into the playoff contention now. Playoffs? Question mark? Dolphins? Question mark?
I like this Dolphins team a lot.
They literally can't make the playoffs. I'm pretty sure they're mathematically eliminated.
I don't like this Dolphins team. This defense is bad.
They're mathematically eliminated? What?
No, they're not mathematically.
Don't they have 6 losses? Don't they have 6 losses?
They do. They're very much. The
Dolphins do they have the same record as the Bengals?
They have
don't the
one
Bengals
less
have
loss.
7 losses now?
They do.
Bengals, Dolphins have a 16% playoff chance. So
Luke just said that the Bengals can make the playoffs, but the Dolphins can't, and the Dolphins have 1 less loss.
Corey, cool. I'll bet you $1 million neither team makes the playoffs.
I'm not saying that the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs. I'm saying I like the Dolphins team with Tua. I think Tua is very underrated. He was making some throws out there that I have not seen many quarterbacks make this year. And Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they got some really good.
What?
I watched the game with you. What throws were like blowing you off the rocker?
There was one I remember specifically. I have to go back and watch the game over where he was on.
I'd have to go back.
It was like a Joe Burrow-esque, like reaching over the line of scrimmage and throwing a seed over the middle. I'll go back and look at it. You guys, I know you guys all have puzzled looks on your faces. Luke, shut the fuck up. Your team is dog shit. Every single thing you've said on this podcast has been wrong. You are down the most units on the pod. Wipe that fucking smile off your goddamn fucking
Every
face.
week you come and talk about how trash Lamar is and he's about to win his 3rd MVP. So yeah, you're the one who's wrong.
MV3 is the biggest fraud in the National Football League. He won't win.
I don't have anything to say about this. Dolphins ran out of games. Tua getting hurt. Fuck their season.
Yeah,
I
they
agree.
definitely did. But here they come. They have a chance now. They need the Broncos to lose some games.
Raiders hit a diamond in Brock Bowers. My God.
Yeah.
This dude is
If the
fucking
Raiders were in creative franchise, Brock Bowers would be like that 83 overall hidden dev fucking monster nuke player. He's unbelievable.
It was funny on draft night
yeah,
when he was falling
first
and
year.
everyone was just like, "This guy's a stud," and they just let him keep falling. It was funny. Teams are really dumb.
And they were like, "Wait, why are they taking a tight end?" It's like, "Oh wait,
I
this
read a
is
tweet
mini
today
Gronk."
that, I mean,
And he's-
unless it's just fake, he has 70 catches already through this year, which is
Oh,
the
yeah.
most ever by a rookie through 11 weeks.
He's getting peppered.
And he's got 70.
I believe it.
Oh.
Mm,
I don't got
yeah,
anything else on this.
Raiders.
Damn.
Sanders, go ahead and look for a home in Las Vegas. You are a Raider. Either you or Will. What is his name?
Will
Cam
Howard?
Cam Ward, Cam Ward or Shador, whichever one wants to go. You go ahead and look for a home in Las Vegas, baby. You're coming.
I'll be there.
But yeah. Also, shout out the cop that arrested Tyreek. You fucked him up. First
Fucked him up
touchdown
bad.
for him, and first touchdown
had
for
one
him
last
since
week.
week 1.
Although he had one
last week.
Oh, that one.
Still
Long story
stands for
short,
Tyreek
dude is
Hill.
regressing.
Yeah.
He's like 30
He's
though.
regressing.
He's like 32 or 31.
All right.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't have
old.
anything else to say about that.
All right, move on. Moving on. Man, this team stinks. Browns on the road in New Orleans. Browns 14, Saints 35. Another 900 yards of total offense.
Yeah,
Saints
yeah.
a
No,
Saints.
no.
Wi-Fi is cooked. It's so
The
bad.
Taysom Hill game.
We're gonna shorten this podcast up. Connor will tap in whenever he's got something to say about a game. We're not gonna keep doing all the
Yeah,
fucking
we don't need a
stats,
full statistical rundown. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taysom
This
Hill
is a good
game.
box score game, yeah.
Yeah, Brown Saints.
Corey, tell us about Taysom Hill.
Tell us about it,
So
Corey.
in our 12-man big money league, all of us are in it.
I'm going to mute Corey real quick.
I had to spot start a tight end because Trey McBride was on bye, and I bid fab on Taysom Hill, who ended up having 45 fantasy points.
How do you get those points, Corey?
I think he had like 150 rushing yards or something.
138.
Like
I'm looking at it right
138.
here.
All right, I don't have the numbers in front of me.
Guess the carries.
50 receiving
7
yards.
or 8.
Right?
7 carries for 138
50
yards.
receiving yards, I'm sure.
That's fucking crazy.
Few catches and 3 total touchdowns.
Isn't that just fucking?
Didn't he took 2 4th and short runs to the house from like 40 or 50 yards out.
One of them was 75.
So this guy's a stud. I don't
Stud.
know. This BYU multiple wives. He's got all of his wives on his dick. I can guarantee that.
15 touches, 188 total yards, and 3 touchdowns.
And 1 for 2 passing with an interception.
Also-
18 yards and a pick.
Also, I said on the Tuesday pod that both these quarterbacks were going to come out and yuck the ball around the fucking field. They yucked it. All right. Jameis couldn't score fucking points. However,
395.
he
no
threw the
picks.
fuck out of the ball.
And they scored 14 points.
Yeah. And Derek Carr,
Mister, you got anything on this game?
This game is so irrelevant. Both these teams should be tanking. I don't know why they're trying to win. Let's just move
It's
on.
the NFL. They get played to play football.
Yeah, okay. Well, the organizations need to tank harder. The players can't tank, but the organizations need to tank.
The Browns bench their quarterback. That's basically the only thing you can do in the NFL to tank.
Darren Rizzi.
Pretty sure he had a Achilles tear.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Watson?
I thought he got benched.
No, he tore his Achilles, my boy.
Darren
Hunter, you got anything on this?
Darren Rizzi 2-0.
No, not really. Saints still fucking suck. Derek Carr played okay today, but just like this Browns team's pathetic. Like the amount of if anybody watched the game, the amount of times that Jerome Ford was in this game compared to Nick Chubb when Nick Chubb was running very efficiently, it's just I don't know. Stefanski's lost his touch. It's just,
I wish we had a Browns fan on here to get a feel. Like, do we think that they tear it down? You think you just start over?
Burns
Get rid of
is in hell.
Stefanski.
Burns wants the fucking first pick, dude.
There's nothing to tear down. They're in cap.
Oh,
hell.
well, that's my point. Is that they need a fucking hard reset. They probably need to trade Garrett and cut salary and just go back to tanking and then try to build it back in a couple of years.
They're going to
You
be
can't run it
bad
back.
for the next 3 years until that contract's up.
Yeah,
And
probably.
then they can maybe do something.
But if you
This
would have
team
asked all the
sucks.
Browns fans at the beginning of the year, they were winning the Super Bowl.
Well, Corey, they fucking went to the playoffs last year. I mean, with
I know,
Joe
I
Flacco.
know. I just like to give them shit because
Yeah.
they keep talking about Baker beating the Steelers when it was like 10 years ago.
The Saints should have traded Kamara somewhere. Like, you
Yeah.
got to get rid of that
They
contract.
signed a contract to him. They signed
I
a new
know.
one.
They need to get rid of him. I don't know why they didn't trade him at the deadline. That's
Connor, you
crazy.
got anything?
you're not
you wanna
getting
say
much
before
for
your
a
internet
running
craps
back.
out.
I think you could have got a third
Browns?
and get rid of the trade.
Yeah, you
contract.
could probably get a third. I'd say you probably get.
But
A
it's
third.
more about getting rid of that contract. You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
This old ass running back on your roster.
He's still awesome. I mean,
They want to keep him. He's going to be a Hall of Famer for them. He's going to be one of the best running backs of all
Yeah.
time. They want to keep him on the team.
Bengals
Yeah,
should
Jersey
call it,
sales.
to be
But
honest
no
with you.
shot we would trade for Kamara with that contract. We're a joke. But we'll talk about a fun game. Anthony Richardson, he might be a quarterback in this league. Or the Jets defense
No.
might be the biggest joke.
There you go. No, you fucking nailed it on the second take. It's not. It was an AR, brother.
I don't know.
No.
This game kept getting cut in. Obviously, a lot of action on the 1 o'clock slate, 8 games. Every time this game cut in, it's zooming in on Sauce Gardner getting absolutely fucking toasted off the line. It was incredible.
I was just about to bring that up. Like the back-to-back All Pros, and now my boy from UC's dapping up Alec Pierce, who's having a career year after acting like everything's fine. You're 3-8. Your QB is done. This team sucks. It's so.
He said Roger said he thinks so. He'll be back next year. He said, "I think so." Yeah.
I would.
So vibes are good.
I wouldn't want to be like Sauce either on this team. Like, I probably wouldn't even try. Like, this team is just so depressing.
Yeah, good game for Brees.
The
I don't know.
Aaron Rodgers experiment has been one of the biggest failures in NFL history. They gave him everything, and this guy is just not him anymore.
He has a worse win percentage than Darnold and Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, it's just, and the defense is just fucking up. The defensive play calling was also abysmal today. They stacked the box heavy. That's why there was just wide open receivers crossing the field the entire game. I watched every play of this game because I had to, and both teams are honestly just fucking terrible.
Yeah,
It was some rough football to watch. Jonathan Taylor had to run in a stacked box, and they just didn't give this guy play calls. But one of the most inefficient running schemes I've ever seen. And then Anthony Richardson could hold a couple balls and ran in for a couple first downs. That kind of saved the game. But Aaron Rodgers had a chance to win it at the end, but didn't do it. So
I just want to jump in too to just jump on another one of the Jets falls. Isn't it hilarious what happens when you let Brees do what he does and keep him in the game? Isn't it comical what happens? 16 for 78 on the ground, 7 receptions, 43 yards, and a touchdown. I don't know. It's just so frustrating. I just don't know what play calling they're trying to go with.
It's because they're running the Rodgers fucking offense. They're just letting Rodgers walk up to the line of scrimmage, see what he likes, and throw it. And it doesn't fucking work anymore. He's not good enough.
Personnel?
I don't know if he's controlling personnel, but
they are also playing from behind every week. But I agree with you. They should give Brees the ball more, but they are playing from behind pretty much constantly.
Yeah, the Jets are just kind of, they're just depressed. I mean, they're just the Jets. Can he complete the full Favre arc? Can he go to the Vikings and make an NFC Championship game next year?
No.
They might make it. They're going to make the playoffs with Darnold. You don't think Rodgers can take him to the NFC Championship game if he went there?
That would be cool.
There is zero chance.
He just got a second knee surgery.
I know.
Try and get Rodgers.
Not in this NFC North.
No, Rodgers is. I mean, yeah, he's cooked bacon. He's probably not going to play again. Carl, you got anything in this game?
Colts?
No.
Jets?
Giddy up.
Yeah, I think the Colts probably not playoff team.
Down on the Colts.
They're one of the best teams against the spread in the NFL. I think they're like 8-3 against the spread right now.
You know what? Congrats, Sam. I'm happy for you, Sam. Good win.
Yeah. That was a good win.
Good win, Sam.
Colts could make the playoffs.
They could make the playoffs. I would be shocked, but they could make it.
They have the best. They're in the hunt.
Yeah, they'll be in the hunt They'll keep being in that graphic.
Yes.
Speaking of
I
another
love the hunt graphic.
It's incredible. Speaking of another second-year quarterback who fucking sucks, Will Levis The Vikings go in, beat the
You mean
Tennessee Titans. This game, Darnold looked better in a bounce back. The Titans just continue to be inept, even though Levis had 295 passing yards. He was also their leading rusher with 18 yards, so that might be a strong tell on why
That's
you're not going to win this game.
98 of those yards came off of a bomb to Westbrook. So
That's true.
big
That
ass.
Yeah. I don't really have. This game kind of sucked.
If
Yeah.
you take that one play away, the Titans don't even eclipse 200 yards of offense.
That's gross.
The Titans had
No,
like
they
3
do.
possessions
They
where
do.
they had a chance. Sorry.
No, you got it, Brent.
Go ahead.
They had like 2 or 3 different possessions where they had a chance to backdoor cover. I had the Vikings minus the 6.5 in this one, and the Titans had every chance to come back and down 10 against a soft defense, get this backdoor cover. It was a classic position, and Levis had no chance. I mean, he was seeing ghosts the whole second half.
The last leg in my plus 2,000 parlay was the Vikings -6, and I was sweating it the entire fourth quarter.
He had so many chances.
Yeah, he's they traded for all these pieces. They kind of like the Titans kind of went not all in, but they traded for a bunch of old vet. They traded for fucking oh my god, what's his name off the Chiefs?
Boyd's having an incredible season.
L'Jarius Sneed. He hasn't played.
Has he been hurt?
Yeah.
Oh, my fault. But they brought a lot of vets. Obviously they signed Calvin Ridley from under the Patriots' nose.
Pollard.
Thank God.
Pollard.
By the way.
Yeah.
Thank God.
He's been better in the second half, but not what you want for your $90 million receiver. And they did all this to see if Will Levis was the guy, and they got their answer. He's not the fucking guy.
I don't know how the Vikings rate too.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It is. I look at it and I'm just like,
How would you look?
I don't know how this team's 8-2.
I don't even think in your wildest dreams you could have guessed 8-2 on the time when you were
told
talking
you.
to me about the Vikings.
No, but I was on. I knew what I was talking about.
Jordan Addison, good player. I like Jordan Addison.
He's
underrated.
catches.
Yeah, he's all right.
He had that one catch on the sideline that wasn't a catch, but it was really cool.
That's
Do
awesome.
you guys remember the
It's just
numbers
like
he
George
put up
Pickens.
last year when Jefferson was out, though? When he had like 3 straight 100-yard games or whatever when Jefferson was out?
No, he's fine.
Addison's a good player.
He's all right. He's fine. Foster, you got anything else on that one? Got anything? No? All right. Packers Bears. The Bears are fucking cursed. Legitimately, I think they might be. LaFleur moves to 11-0 against the Bears. Pretty fun game to watch. Caleb Williams, I think you walk out of that one, even though he didn't throw any touchdowns. Feeling a little bit better if you're a Bears fan about Caleb and the whole situation. He looked really good in the fourth quarter. They should have won this game, obviously. But the Packers just have a voodoo. They literally just owe this franchise. It's incredible.
Caleb has 2 game-winning drives this season, and the Bears have lost both of the games that he had to put together a game-winning drive on.
Jordan Love continues to be one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL. Never know what's going through that guy's head, but he is so much fun to watch. It's either going to be the craziest. Christian Watson, also incredible game today. 4 catches for 150 yards. That's a crazy stat.
Big play Watson. He's either going to have 0 or he's going to have 150.
Yeah.
Most of the time, 90% of the time, it's a 0, though.
Yeah. In division win for the Packers. I feel still pretty good about the Packers.
I don't know. I might throw out a take here that I might get some really bad looks at. I think the Packers might be fraudulent. I just Jordan
Who's
Love.
a bigger fraud than with the Vikings?
Probably. I don't know. It's
probably.
Watching
I think
this,
they could beat
I
the
really
Vikings.
don't know. Like, I think they probably can too. Like, I like Jordan Love. Don't get me wrong, but he makes some boneheaded fucking plays every once in a while, and it's gonna come back to fucking kill him in the playoffs. It really will. I just don't think this team is great. They're good. They're not great.
I'm all in on that take. I don't think they blow me off the board.
I don't think it's crazy, too.
They don't have a true one.
I don't think they're great.
Josh Jacobs is not as good as he has been.
I would say that I think
he was always a volume merchant.
And at the beginning of the year, like their defense was getting high praise, but it was really them giving up a lot of yards and then them getting a big turnover when they needed it most. That's what their defense was the first 6 weeks of the season.
Their defense has been playing a lot better, I feel like, in the past the second half of the season so far,
But
they've
still,
been playing a lot better.
you saw fucking Fingernail Boy the past 3 weeks, and he threw for 231 today. Like I don't know.
Fingernail Boy is crazy. I will say this.
Yeah, him and what's the Sixers guy's name?
Fucking
Jared
McCain.
McCain.
yeah, Jared
Yeah,
McCain.
big year for guys that paint their fingernails in pro
Yeah.
sports. They're really balling out.
No.
I do think, Corey, in this game, it was a weird game. I don't like going full box score like Carnos, but the Packers only ran 43 offensive plays. Love only threw it 17 times. He completed 13 of those passes for 206
I know.
yards.
I know Jordan Love is good.
That no,
I think he has
Packers were 8.5 yards per play. That's
Yeah,
kind of wild.
Moving on from Connor, because you just can't hear him. The Jordan Love is good. I think he has all the tools to be a top 5 quarterback at one point in this league. Like, but he just is so fucking stupid sometimes.
Throws a pretty ball.
He does.
Yeah, I agree. He's a gunslinger. He plays like Favre.
One of the big Christian Watson plays, the defensive back fell down too. That was sort of just a broken coverage.
I still feel good about my Packers. I think they're a sleeper to win the NFC. But the team in their division looks like an absolute fucking force. So
Like
I don't know if they will.
You should feel good as a Bears fan too. I mean, you solved one of the 2 big problems here. You got rid of Waldron. Team looked a hell of a lot better on offense. Caleb looked happier out there. DJ Moore looked happier out there. Now, if we can get rid of fucking Eberloser, then we might be on to something, because the Bears can compete. The defense is still very good. Caleb needs to be doing that every game with his legs. 9 for 70, maybe not at that volume, but you need to be running like that. I want to see 5+ carries out of you, like fucking Josh Allen, and throw it like that. He threw it well today, no turnovers. So I mean, I don't know. Bears fans, I mean, you should be 6-4 if we're playing that game. All the chances in the world to be 6-4 here. But yeah, just frustrating.
Yeah,
Caleb's rushing is going to come with as his pocket presence gets better, because it still is really bad. He still scrambles backwards, and it's partly like that was the scouting report on him coming out of college, and it also is partly to blame on the offensive line being one of the worst in the NFL. But like, this is something that we knew was going to be an issue. I think I said in the first podcast we did, it's going to be the same issue that Fields had of holding onto the ball too long, scrambling backwards. Once he's able to see the rush a little bit better and be a little bit calmer in the pocket, see those lanes a little bit better, his rushing is going to become more efficient, I think.
He's still very young. Not compare. I don't want to compare him to Jaden, but Jaden is 2, 3 years older than him. Like, Jaden's
the perfect guy to compare him to.
I get it, but I'm just saying he needs some more time to learn this kind of stuff and how to play in the pocket, especially the NFL level. Sometimes he thinks he's still at USC and he can outrun these defensive ends, and he can't do it now.
And the thing is, they beat the Commanders, they beat the Packers, and they're sitting at 6-4. We're talking very much different things about this team.
Yeah, for sure. But they have a gauntlet at the end. They got to play the whole NFC North. I think they're not going to make the playoffs.
The Lions, they are
perfect segue, Corey. Perfect segue, Corey. That's what we like to see. The Lions, 52-6. Holy fuck!
Did anyone have the Jaguars on this pod?
No.
I was very close. I remember I tried to talk you guys out. I said the spread was too big, but I didn't end up taking it.
I got talked into it by Hunt to take it.
Luke, I'm telling you, brother.
Holy
I was also on Lions.
I mean, I don't even know what to say with this.
Right.
The Lions team is for real. Who is their one loss to? I can't even think of it right now.
Tampa Bay.
Oh my god, what a game!
Week 2.
Yeah.
They are juggernaut in every sense of the word. Goff, 24 of 29, 400 yards and 4 TDs. Doug Peterson's not employed tomorrow, right?
We've been saying this for weeks, and he still has a fucking job. So I don't know.
I think they would have fired him tonight, honestly.
But they're going in, I think this is their bye week, so it would make sense to fire him now. Get your new guy in there, give him 2 weeks to prepare. This is bad. You probably should sit Trevor for the rest of the year. Just say fuck it.
Yeah.
Run it back next
No,
year.
nobody wants to play for Doug Peterson.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying, yeah, it's bad. Hayden Hooker got past Simpson this game.
645 yards for the Lions.
It's crazy.
Luke, are you doing victory laps about how good the Lions defense has played since Hutchinson went down? Because they haven't missed him at all.
Yeah, I don't want to do that because some people would call me petty. I'm the bigger man. I'm not going to victory lap that. But again, he's just a system player. He's a spin move merchant. I did see that he's still top 5 in the league in pressures, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, Sonic and Knuckles tore it up. Finster, I do want to hear from you on. I want to hear you explain to me how David Montgomery is an inefficient running back. I really want to hear about this.
Just go ahead and look at his whole season stats. Congrats, you played a Jags defense that's abysmal. But go ahead and look at the stats compared to Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery for the whole year, and you'll see how inefficient.
Do you think there's
this guy
any
is.
difference in the carries that David Montgomery gets compared to that of Jahmyr Gibbs?
Like
they continue to start him for first of all. It should be Jahmyr Gibbs starts this game, and then when they get the ball at half, he's get the whole. They basically switch on and off every series.
Right.
And I think that's kind of wild. I think they should.
Monty.
That's comical. They should
David
not be
Montgomery
splitting
is
series.
Averaging 4 yards a carry.
4.3.
With the best offensive line, offensive line in the NFL.
Right.
Gibbs is tied with Derrick Henry at 6.0 for the best yards per carry in the league. But
I would agree with that. I think his touches are different. That's my point.
Yeah, Luke is right.
How is Luke right? You just fucking proved my point.
I think
look at Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. What happened when Tony Pollard became the fucking lead back? It's different.
They want to use him as a bruiser back, Tony. He's going to lighten up that defense as he just continually pounds through the fucking middle, wear him out. And then Gibbs is so explosive that you can use him as a 5. It pisses me off too, Tony.
There's Sonic and Knuckles.
I'm sure you can look up a stat somewhere about how many more stacked boxes that David Montgomery probably faces than.
He's an early down back.
I just don't watch ball, bro.
Okay.
You guys are making absurd takes. He's facing stacked boxes. Well, on first down, they're stacking the box.
I watched David Montgomery and I see him run through 5 people. I know he's a good running back.
You're right. When there's 7 in the box, it's a lot easier to run against than when there's 5.
They're not. You're right. No one is going like if David Montgomery and they're running the ball. That's not how they're doing it.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that early down situation, they're gonna run more people in the box than they would in a 3rd and 8 when Jahmyr Gibbs is.
They're not running the ball on 3rd and 8.
Gibbs does not play nearly as much as he should, but I guarantee you the idea is run David Montgomery in the fucking ground and let this defense work.
Gibbs is definitely going to be more prone to being hurt, and they're trying to win a Super Bowl. You don't need to give Gibbs more carries in a fucking 50-point blowout.
It kills me too that it's like it's not just this week. It's always been like this the whole year for them. And then
they have the exact same number of
receiving game.
They have 122 carries each.
It should literally Jahmyr Gibbs should be at 75% and David Montgomery should be at 25%.
I would guarantee he broke a leg if that happens.
No, he'd be fine. He did it in Alabama. He's okay. He was the lead back in Alabama.
Season in Alabama.
Yeah, and he was fine being the lead back. He was great.
I would love to look.
That's why they drafted him in the first round. He was a great back at the lead back.
God, he would have been a great Bengal. So mad. Whatever.
He would have been a great Bengal. He's a great running back. David Montgomery's a fucking bum. He's old.
Let's pump the brakes on bum.
Okay. Connor, you got anything you want to say about the Lions of the Jaguars? Our Jaguars?
David Montgomery's definitely
definitely not a bum.
Moving
Good point,
on.
Carr. Definitely not a bum.
Last week, 2.7 yards per carry. That's crazy.
Wow, we're bringing a 1 week stat.
I'll keep going. I mean, you'll just see how
one of the
bad
best defenses in the league.
He's averaging 4.3
His quarterback
carries
threw
this year.
5 picks.
That was heavily boosted by this game he just played.
He averaged 5 this game, so it wasn't heavily boosted.
That's a whole yard above his average, and it was 127 yards. It was how many yards was it?
4.3.
He just put on 150.
I'm sorry. He had 75 this game.
Okay. I thought I'm looking at the wrong game.
Are you? Move on. What's the next game?
We're moving on. We're moving on to my Rams taking down Hunter's Patriots. Drake May. This guy's going to be a player in this fucking league. I'll tell you that much. Matt Stafford, decent game, threw 4 touchdowns. Sean McVay, I have beef with you. What the fuck are these fourth quarter play calls? Why are we airing the bitch out when Kyron Williams is averaging like fucking what? 5,
Shocker.
6, 7
Luke's mad his favorite player in the league, who's also been on his fantasy team for 3 years straight, didn't get the ball more. Who's surprised?
Why? I mean, but in all seriousness, why are they not running the ball out? I don't like why they didn't run the clock out. It was very shocking to me.
Because
They
Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua could do anything they wanted on the field today.
Okay, that's fair. But in the fourth quarter, they weren't because they were getting fucking stopped and they had to keep punting it. Anywho, Rams win this game. Rams very much still in the hunt for the playoff and the division. That division is going to be a dogfight the rest of the fucking season. Cardinals are 6-4. Everybody else is 5-5.
The NFC West is fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be very fun down the stretch. All those teams are in it. All those teams, I think, are good to very good. No, probably just good. I think they're all just good.
I think they're all good. Yes.
Yeah, all just good. But I'm going to lead it over to my man Hunt here. Wants to talk about his man Drake May. 30 for 40, 282, 2 TDs and an interception. How's he looking, Hunt?
Good game.
Okay. All right. Lots to break down here. Happy with what I'm seeing. We are going to be contenders. I'm calling it in the next 2 to 3 years. Next year, I think it'll be a slow start. We'll be middle of the pack. You got to get rid of Gerard Mayo, and you got to get rid of DeMarcus Covington. Our defensive coordinator, when we have, and I keep calling him because he is, when you have an all-pro corner like Christian Gonzalez, and you keep stacking him, I'm so frustrated because of this. Sorry. He only lined up on Cooper or Puka a handful of times. 5 targets were allowed. He only allowed 2 catches, I think, for like 7 yards. The rest of the game, this motherfucker was on Demarcus Robinson for the majority of the game. He got pressed about it afterwards by the reporters, and he says, that's what they tell me to do. I go out there and I give my best on every play. What a response, I might add. That's the Patriot way. But it is absolutely comical. We have guys like Marcus Jones on these cats when we're getting toasted the entire game. There's no game plan. Kyron Williams, once again, they ran all over us. We look like shit. The defense looks terrible. It's so frustrating because May, say what you want, May, he doesn't have the weapons. Our run game shit, even though Ramondre kind of ran okay today.
He had one big run that kind of.
Our offense is putting this team in positions where we can win. We can at least do something to tie the game. We can maybe even steal a win. But our defense is just so fucking atrocious right now. And DeMarcus Covington, we have first year head coach and a first year defensive coordinator. And I know, but you got to think, coming from Robert Kraft, there's got to be a short leash here. There's just no. We're built on defense, and we have no defense to show for it. I think we're ranked 28th in the league in defense as a total, maybe 20, maybe a little higher because we've had 2 straight good weeks. But still, just pathetic. Drake May is a budding superstar. You look at Sean McVay said it. Every person that's related to football knows how good Drake May is going to be. And that last play, I've seen anybody watch the Pop Douglas interception. I'm not being a homer here. I'm putting it on Pop. Drake's trying to get him coming out of his release.
He wasn't looking.
No,
are you talking about the big?
No,
the big
Burns or Corey. You can keep saying you and Burns both said that he overthrew it and it would have been incomplete.
I think he underthrew it.
Let's say whatever you want. If you watch the play, DeMario was supposed to come out of his route earlier and be looking for that ball. That ball had no business even being near that defender, but Pop wasn't looking. I've seen a lot on Twitter. Real ball knowers know that that's on Pop, not Drake May. He's trying to predict him coming out of that route.
Hunter's right. He wasn't looking.
I believe you. Just like bare eye watching the game, it looked like he.
That's just
rambling too long. If anybody,
It was high. It was high and behind him because he wanted him to settle down before he got to that other safety.
That's just a reps thing. My only thing with Drake May is I already talked about how I really hope he didn't just fuck up the whole thing by doing that. My only thing with Drake May is that he's way more polished than I thought he would be in this first season because if you watch him in North Carolina. I don't know what it is with me and the Tar Heels. I bet on them a ton in football.
I don't know why.
So I don't know why either, brother.
Yeah, they didn't even win when May was there.
Their coach won a national championship in the 2000s, and I just continually am like, he's got these guys playing. Anyway, it's stupid. But May would make some boneheaded decisions at UNC. He just looks a lot better than I thought he would, especially playing behind this terrible offensive line. And not really throwing to anybody.
Real quick, one more thing, and then we can be done with this game. I just have to shout out May's leadership again. All the reports coming out of the locker room, this guy is leading this team as a rookie, and I love it. He has the attention of everybody on the defensive side, everyone. Also, he's building chemistry with our O-line. They started a new tradition. Monday nights, they're doing steakhouse Monday night dinners every Monday to try and get to know each other a little more.
That's big.
I expect some gel to start happening. If you watch this, he only got sacked 3 times, but damn it, when he got sacked, he was should have been walking out of there on crutches. So we got to fix a couple things, but overall, can't be mad at this season. We're doing.
He got hit hard. He got hit hard on that one play where he scrambled too, where he looked like he was about to try to make a move and he didn't know what move he wanted to make.
Oh, he had a concussion after that play. I'll be honest.
Yeah, which like I understand that the Josh Allen comparisons are more about build than like play style, but that just flashed in my mind when I saw him like freeze up when he thought about trying to juke a guy out. I was like, yeah, the Josh Allen comparison doesn't really check out that much.
The one thing I did want to say to finish about the Rams, their 2 defensive line picks in the first 2 rounds, the 2 Florida State players, Jared Verse and Braden Fisk, they are transforming this defensive line to be one of the best units in the NFL. They are stuffing the run. They are coming downhill. Jared Verse is a fucking game wrecker. I couldn't believe how far he fell in the draft after watching him at Florida State. He mows through people. He's incredible. Connor, did you get anything? I think you might actually be able to talk now.
We're back. Yeah. Technical difficulties. We had to switch to the Selly before the
Fire off a hot take.
segment. Yeah, May's a good pick. Rams in the hunt because of the fucking Niners. Most head scratching team in football. So that division's an absolute bloodbath. And yeah, Patriots future's bright, but you keep, like, where the fuck is C gone on these players? You got Cooper Kupp wiping his ass cheeks. I know, and I'm just reiterating it. Wiping his ass cheeks all over this defense, and you got Seagon on a fucking Christmas vacation on the other side of the field. What are we doing?
Also, just real quick, shout out, if nobody talked about it, Matt Stafford was not pressured once today.
Wow,
0
that's
sacks,
crazy.
0 pressured. Just goes to show, 18-27, 300 yards.
Yeah, it should have been better.
If you have Puka and Kupp healthy and this defense kind of plays similar to how they're doing, a fully healthy Rams team can compete with anybody.
No, if they can protect Stafford, because that's what happened last week. They couldn't fucking protect him against the Dolphins.
They're so good when he's unpressured. But
Fins up.
I'm currently running a fast break right now. I'm Dwayne Wade. I'm throwing it off the glass. And Corey is Miami Heat LeBron. Pittsburgh Steelers 18. Baltimore Ravens 16. Lamar Jackson under 50% completion percentage in this game. Corey.
So everything I have said about Lamar Jackson is 100% true. I have never told a lie about this quarterback once on this podcast. He is the most disappointing quarterback in the league when it comes to winning games that he needs to win. He beats up on shitty teams. He's a shitty team merchant, and the Steelers they fuck his ass. Can I say that? Can I say that?
Yep.
1-5 in his career against the Steelers.
Wait, they do what? He does what to him? They do what to him?
1-5 in his career against the Steelers. You stat muse fucking nerd geeks are gonna get on there and be like, no, he's 2-5. No, he's actually 1-5 in games he's played. Where do I start? From the line of scrimmage to the skill position to special teams, we dominated this fucking game. We moved the ball down the field. We couldn't get in the end zone. We'll save that for a different conversation. However, absolute domination through and through. Has there ever been a team to put a statue up of a kicker in the NFL? Because I'm really considering making a petition to put Chris Boswell in front of Acrisure.
Was it a passing of the torch game between him and Tucker?
Well, no, Chris Boswell. Boswell's been a better kicker than him in the past 2 years. First of all, no, Chris Boswell is fantastic.
I saw a lot of Tucker of mice and men memes today, and I thought they were all very funny.
No, but seriously, like George Pickens is fucking awesome. He is my little Boo Bear. He does all the
I don't know if I would use the word awesome. I would say confusing is a better word for that.
No.
Yeah, when he made fun of that guy who got injured.
He's awesome.
Incredible.
It was a dirty hit. It was a dirty hit.
We knew what we get with Pickens from the day he got drafted. We took that picture flexing in front of the TV.
And I've said this before. I said this before. There's very few teams that he could have been drafted on to where I would like him. and he just happened to come to my team.
He's such a
now,
textbook guy you
he's my
wouldn't like
favorite.
Corey if he was on any other team.
He's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite player in the NFL. Like all the antics, it's joy.
If he was not on the Steelers,
know?
you'd be on this podcast right now saying that Lad McConkey is better than him.
Also, I wish that IT Joel worked during the week and could make a compilation of everybody on the podcast saying that Russell Wilson would be fucking dog shit.
Don't
Bro,
say everyone.
He also has
and
played
upper
like
that.
shit today.
Yeah, great
I-
game from Russ today.
He hasn't played like he's 4-0. It's hard to win football games.
Can I stat check?
It's hard to win football games.
I want
Is
to.
it not?
I want you to keep going if you have more to say, but I want to fact check you on what you said that you completely dominated this game. Again, not big box score guy here, but 329 total yards for the Ravens, 303 for the fucking Steelers. 6.1 yards per play for the Ravens, 4.1 for the Steelers. They were 4 for 11 on third down. You guys were 4 for 16. Same penalty yardage. Actually, the Ravens had more penalties, they had more yardage. You guys just had the ball for 13 more minutes. I don't really think you like completely dominated, but yeah, the Ravens couldn't make big plays when it mattered.
So
And
You missed one stat, and I'm going to butt in here.
Go ahead.
The Steelers ran 20 more plays than the Ravens. 20.
that goes into the 13 more minutes with the ball.
I understand.
This is no offense to you, Luke, but you're not used to seeing an actual defense play football because you're a Bengals fan. When I talk about domination, I start with the defensive side of the ball because that is where championships are made. That's what the Steelers are founded on. Running the ball, playing defense, good special teams. That is Steelers football, and having a good kicker apparently. However, Russell Wilson did it. All he needed to do to win. That's all you got to do is win football games.
Justin
I would
Fields
argue
was
the
doing
interception
what
was
he
one of
needed
the
to do was
most
win.
egregious things.
Now that was a head scratcher. I was not happy. I wish there was a camera on me because it was a lot of
I don't even understand how you throw that interception. If you're going to throw that ball, you throw it so it's out. Like you have to get that out of the end zone if you're going to throw it. It was incredibly.
Well, you throw it to a guy who can move his feet. Washington, like his feet were in cement there. That's not the guy that you put a. Yeah, I guess he's tall, but he certainly didn't look very athletic on that one.
He's damn near a fucking lineman.
No, the thing is, Darnell Washington busted 2 seam coverages up the middle. One on that drive of the interception drive, and the drive after. He busted like 2 20-plus yard catches up the seam. He can move when he gets going, but he can't turn on a dime like Russell Wilson tried to.
Sort of a Derrick Henry style tight end.
Yeah, but fatter and bigger.
Derrick Henry would be an incredible tight end.
He's like Donald Parham is who he reminds me of.
Wow, we're bringing out the Parham cut.
But good.
Yeah, I don't have anything on this. I think the Steelers are good, won't win a playoff game. I think the Ravens are good.
Wow.
How can you say that?
How could you say that?
Okay, listen. If you play, if you get the 2 seed, you can win a playoff game. If you get the bye, you lose.
Yeah, if you play the Chargers, you guys will win.
Yeah.
The Chargers, the Broncos.
I think this team can beat teams like the Bills and the Ravens. The Ravens took the Bills behind the fucking bleachers and fucking pounded them. And
the Ravens' offense is a lot different than yours.
It doesn't matter. Our defense is special.
I want to see Russell Wilson against a really good defense. I don't think he's going to be able.
18 points, 0 touchdowns against a team like against this Ravens secondary. Like it's.
We've seen
I understand
Russ
you win
against
the game, but
we've seen Russ against good defenses. We haven't seen him against
the Giants. Is the best.
The Giants have a good defense. We haven't seen him against.
It's been mediocre. It's not been as great as we think. Like,
the Giants they're fucking.
Bryce Young just had the best game of his career.
The Giants gave up.
Okay.
Corey, let me butt in real quick. If it makes you feel any better, and it kills me to say this, your Steelers are Super Bowl contenders.
Thank you. Thank you. They are.
I don't know how you can't say they aren't, Luke. Look at what they're doing.
They didn't score an offensive touchdown.
They were averaging 30 points per
touchdown
game the past 3 games.
Playing
Luke,
nobodies,
the only stat that matters is the Ravens are nobodies. The Ravens beat y'all twice.
I didn't say it. I wasn't talking about he was talking about the games you put up 30 points a game. Dummy, did you score 30 points today?
We should have at least
got halfway there, bro. Got halfway there.
We got 18. That's more than half.
Over halfway.
The Steelers' defense is definitely legit. It's just the quarterback.
You guys have had good defenses before. You got blown the fuck out.
So
in playoff games.
At the beginning of the season, I said that the Steelers upgraded at every single position that from compared to last year. and the Steelers were a playoff team last year. How do they upgrade? And they are projected less wins, and everybody thinks they're going to be last in the division. It makes zero sense. It's black and white. It's just people love to hate on the Steelers.
Or because the reason that they weren't, or because the reason that the Bengals weren't in the playoffs last year is because their quarterback got hurt, so that's why they projected the Bengals to be better than them. And then the Browns were also a playoff team last year, which is why they projected them to be better than the Steelers. You've left out some key information there.
The Steelers still had a better record than. Okay.
My biggest
Corey,
question to Luke and Brant: how can you guys say you're concerned about the quarterback when it has elevated this team? Like it's night and day from what we've seen with this team. Even in a win like this where they score 18 and have the kicker, it's so different.
It's better. It's better than Fields, but I wouldn't say it's night and day. Russ has played well against bad defenses, but he's not. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the AFC that I still think are significantly better. The playoff quarterbacks in the AFC are significantly better than what Russell Wilson is.
I also just want to say, Luke said, I'm going to call you out here, Luke. We were talking about how good the Commanders' defense looked and how it has been looking when we were talking the other night. Russell played
27 on him.
Yes, like he's gone up against competent defenses that know what they're doing. They just score. Like they're good. It's the AFC North game.
Listen, when we're talking about this, this is all I have to say. When we're talking about Steelers being Super Bowl contenders, anything like that. If you want to say the Steelers can win a game on Wild Card Weekend, 100% they can, because they're gonna have a home fucking playoff game against either the Chargers or the Broncos. You can win that fucking game. I don't think you can win if you get the bye. Even if you get a home game against any of the top 4 teams that'll be in the AFC, which is the Bills.
Texans?
Well, maybe it's the Texans, maybe not. I'm talking Bills, Chiefs, Ravens. Those are the other top 3 teams with you guys in there. Those are the top 4 teams. I don't think you can beat any of those teams in the playoff games.
Let me ask you.
I don't think you can beat any of those teams in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Will you still have this opinion if the Steelers beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day?
Well, no. But I don't think you're going to beat the Chiefs on Christmas Day.
That's a huge game for us. Huge game.
Your opinion hasn't changed when they beat the Ravens. Or they just beat the Ravens, though.
They own the Ravens. I literally said, this game was at home. If you beat the Ravens the same way in Baltimore when you play them again, then I might start taking you a little more seriously. But still, I don't take you seriously over the Chiefs or the Bills.
We beat the Commanders and the Ravens in back-to-back weeks.
Okay, congratulations. But the Commanders have been showing some serious flaws the last 2 weeks. Let's just chill out, all right?
I've been saying that for this day one. But
it's a rookie fucking quarterback.
I think we're kind of talking about this for too long. We're going to get the answers by the end of the year. They play the Chiefs. They play the Eagles. You contend with those 2 teams? Yeah, you're a Super Bowl contender.
What if you go 1-1?
Okay. I need to see the fucking results of the game.
You could definitely will be, but you're not going to be able to compete with those 2 teams, and we'll find out by the end of the year. I don't think you guys will be able to beat those 2 teams. Like, I don't think it'll be close.
We do need to move on. Anyone got any closing points other than the fact that some of us?
Yeah,
We're not even going to get to the real fucking.
Can I talk about the total real quick?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Brant, bitch about the total. Brant had the over.
Yeah, 9 field goal attempts with Russ combined with Russ's interception that we talked about. Like I can complain about all I want, but my main point that I want to make is that in the last 3 weeks, I have 1 more bets than I lost, but I'm minus units because I am 0-5 in my last 5 3-unit bets.
Yikes!
Which is an incredible run that I'm on.
That's a 0% right there.
Positive win percentage on my bets, negative units because 0-5 in my last 5 3-unit bets.
So fade Brant Snooks.
Yeah, some are calling me. They're calling me the Cincinnati Bengals of the podcast. I can't get it done when it matters.
I won my nuke.
They're calling him Trent. Yeah.
I won my nuke on this game. Once 8-3 on my nuke plays. I started off 6-0, and then I lost.
Oh my God! Suck my cock, Corey. Nobody cares.
Now we're moving on.
Now we're
once your streak is over, nobody cares
right
anymore.
now. So if history repeats itself, I'm going to win my next 4 nuke plays.
We
so
said
you
we
guys
were moving on.
Jump on the nukes right now.
Damn, I can't say anything about my team's game. That's actually fucking insane.
Go ahead, Con.
We rock. That's all I need to say.
All right.
I'll have to say one thing.
We rock.
I just want to come back to this. When you guys are in the playoffs and Russ needs to win a game and it's on the line and the ball's in Russ's hands, he's going to choke. He's
Yeah.
not going to win
I
you the game.
disagree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Russell
Have we
Wilson,
forgotten how
Russell
bad he
Wilson has
was?
proven that he can win
Mark this
playoff
po-
games.
Russell Wilson has the most
That was
unclutch
4
play
or
in the
5
history
years
of
ago,
fucking
bro.
2012.
He
In
still
2012.
has gas in that tank.
No, we don't.
He's
Mark
learned
this
from
pod.
his
We're
mistakes.
gonna come back to this, and you'll be like, "Damn, dude, we had the game, and Russ did not give you the win." That's what's gonna happen.
Listen, okay,
But the
listen,
Broncos
okay,
cut
let's
him.
be real
They were like,
here.
we don't
Let's
even
be
want him
real
on the
here.
team anymore.
Let's be real here. Okay, Russell Wilson is a guy who's on his
Guys.
third team in 4 years. Okay, like no, he's not Mahomes and Allen and Lamar.
And
Okay,
that's what you
but
need
he's
to be to be a
he's
contender.
a serviceable veteran quarterback on
You
a team with a
can't win
very good
Super
He's
defense.
Bowls
James
with
Harden.
When was the
serviceable
last time a
quarterbacks.
Joe
serviceable veteran
Flacco,
quarterback has won a
Joe
fucking Super Bowl?
Flacco,
Matthew
Nick
Stafford.
Foles, Matthew Stafford. Okay, no.
Stafford's more than serviceable.
What are
Let's
you
retract that.
talking
You
about?
said veteran
There's
quarterback.
teams
A
that have won
serviceable
Super
veteran
Bowl
quarterback.
quarterbacks.
on good defenses that were serviceable quarterbacks. Joe
It hasn't
Flacco.
happened in over a decade.
That's been a
Yes.
long time, brother.
agree.
Flacco also had an
won
incredible
one.
playoff run.
Yeah.
I agree. Here we go.
I would
All
say
right.
Russell
we go.
Wilson's better than serviceable.
Not right now. He's not.
He's not. He's not.
He's very
He hasn't been
serviceable.
for 4. He hasn't been for
Yeah.
4 years.
Corey,
Very
I'm rocking
serviceable.
with you, brother. I
Thank
don't
you.
know what
Alright.
they're
Thank
watching.
you. No,
All right,
it's
we-
just
there's some
there's a
debates
lot
on
of Steelers
Steelers.
bias.
I watched him last year on Denver.
There's
He
a
was
lot
terrible.
There's a lot.
Different
I'm
guy.
That's the
Different
fucking
guy.
problem with all of you is you watched him last year on Denver.
Boys,
That's the
lock
fucking
in.
problem.
Lock in.
That is
I
the fucking problem.
watched him today. He didn't look very good.
He
dude.
won
like
the game.
without scoring an offensive touchdown. That's on Russ,
He
dude.
won. He is the quarterback of a team that beat the Baltimore Ravens.
The worst
Give
second,
him
one of
some
the worst
fucking
secondaries in the league.
Give
One of
him
the
some
worst
Okay,
secondaries.
fucking
Fencer, I'm gonna butt in here. You're missing a point. It's a Ravens Steelers game. It's just chippy. It's different. It's not like when the Bengals play the fucking
You won.
Ravens
You have the
and they
worst
score 30
secondary
on
in
each
the league.
other. That's just
Yeah, because your
not how this
quarterback's
game
not
goes.
like ours, brother. All
Okay.
right, let's move on. We're going to the Seahawks. My Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers.
Josh Allen stats versus Ravens
All right.
2024.
Geno Smith had a very interesting game, 25 of 32, but had some very boneheaded plays. His one interception was atrociously bad, but they come back and win this game. Obviously,
Unbelievable.
Geno walk-off, run-off, touchdown.
Unbelievable.
My one point I want to get on this on my Seahawks is that Jackson Smith and Jigba is here to fucking stay. He's the truth. He's the best receiver on this team, and they need to give him the ball more. He had 10 catches today. Make it 15. Make it like the fucking Rose Bowl.
No,
Are
seriously.
you the Seahawks fan now or what?
Agreed.
Dude, this Seahawks team is my team. I've been betting on the Seahawks all year. Seahawks are my team.
Seahawks fan.
I'm in on the
He's a
NFC.
fan of
I think I've been in
everything,
on the
bro.
Cardinals too. I'm in
That's
on
a
every NFC team
disappointing
except for
loss,
49ers.
man. The Niners like punted this game away, man. It's so disappointing. I mean, they got the ball back with like 3 minutes left. Man, what an all-time bad beat.
I don't even know
on the
I don't even know who to blame on the 49ers.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. You guys want to talk about Russ?
Here we
This and
go.
that. Brock Purdy is not a caliber QB of the contract he's about.
No, it's
He's
not
not.
Purdy. Purdy played a decent game.
I will stand.
His
on
stats
this.
really don't make sense. He was 21 and 28 for 159 yards against the Seattle defense that has been mediocre.
I
at best.
watched every
I
play
think
of
we're
this game.
forgetting Kittle is a big part of his game, man. He
Yeah,
was missing
absolutely.
homie big time.
How many
today.
times did Juwan Jennings bail him out today? as
Juwan
well?
Jennings is
A
incredible.
lot.
Incredible.
Yeah.
He looks great.
Hunter, I'm a Purdy
Ayuk,
hater.
worst signing
Every
ever. They
play.
should have gave Juwan Jennings that fucking
Agreed.
contract.
Agreed.
Ayuk was not worth that money.
But I think this is his best season that
we
he's
got
had in his
to chill
career.
out, guys.
Yeah, that's facts.
Ayuk is
Alright.
not worth that money. Is crazy.
Finster with the all-time bad takes. Finster, I never want you to be the GM of my team.
Please just shut the fuck up, negative units. Don't tell me about bad takes. I'm
Here we
leading
go
the
with the
fucking
negative units.
podcast.
Here we go. The negative units, Mr.
I'm
20
leading
bets
the
this year. Come on.
podcast.
Hey, I'm
I'm
leading
leading
the
the
fucking
podcast today.
Like a unit
Like, what are
under
you
you.
talking
I'm
about,
We're not
guys?
talking
Today,
units
but
today.
not by the end of the season, buddy.
You've been saying
Keep
that.
that
You're
green
still
cap on because
negative.
it's going to be
You-
red by the end of the year.
All right,
Oh,
guys.
okay, brother. I've been in
Anything
the
to
red
say
all
about
year.
the 49ers who were in
I'm
the Super Bowl
trying to
last
say
year?
something, bro.
All right,
Let
Fencer,
me
make a
talk.
point.
I watched every single fucking snap of this
All right,
game.
well, give us a
because
great
Christian
fucking recap
McCaffrey
right now.
let me down. I watched it. The 49ers lost this game due to the worst red zone play calling I have ever seen and worst red zone performance ever.
I can agree with that.
They came into the red zone and bro, they continuously shooting themselves in the foot with offensive penalties and negative plays and just bad Brock Purdy, to be honest with you. He had that one first drive where he ran it in. But other than that, it was just absolutely abysmal. And that's what got lost on the game. That was just literally it. They were terrible in the red zone. They missed Kittle, wasn't there. That's the fail safe when Brock Purdy gets in trouble and starts scrambling, and that's what lost them this game. And then fucking Geno Smith, God, dude, what a fucking late drive from that man, dude.
Yeah.
Talk about a guy you can somewhat trust in the clutch. Geno Smith, man, that was a hell of a drive by the man.
Could I interest you guys in the 49ers to not make the playoffs?
No.
They currently their next game, they play against the Packers in Lambeau. They go
tough
from
schedule.
there. They go from there. They go to Buffalo on Sunday Night Football. Then they're home for the Bears. That should be a win. And then they have to go home Rams, at Dolphins, home Lions, at Cardinals to finish the season.
It's a rough
That's
schedule.
Tough schedule, and they have not looked good at all.
And they're
even with
banged up.
McCaffrey-
They're
even with
banged the
McCaffrey
fuck
back,
up.
yeah.
Trent
They're coming
Williams
off of-
and Bosa both almost didn't play. Bosa went out with a hip injury or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck, or a something injury. I don't
Every
know.
game this year, they've had multiple significant major players missing.
Yeah, they're just banged up, man.
I'm as big of a Purdy hater as you will find. I have always said that he's not worth shit and he's a product of the offense. This season, he has done way more on his own and outside of the pocket than I ever expected was capable of him. He did not play well this game, but I said a couple times on this podcast, and I think Lucas said it as well, the Seahawks defense started the season banged up, and they've gotten guys back the last like 2 or 3 weeks on the defensive line, especially. And yeah, my main takeaway from this is Seahawks up. And
yeah, I mean, listen, Mike McDaniel's a defensive coach, so obviously he's going to get it right eventually. You guys,
they were terrible. Their
the
defense
same
was
old
terrible
Seattle
the first
defense.
couple weeks.
It's not. Yeah, I agree. They're listen because he came in taking a bottom 5 unit. Like, of course, it's gonna take some time to get some continuity on the D, but he's getting it right. They came off the bye, and they played really well.
Seahawks, I think they'll be a wild card team. They really live and die by the decisions that Geno makes, and
that's fine with me. Roll the fucking dice, baby. I trust him. I trust him.
It's
I put the ball on that
Gino's
guy's hand
that
for me
old
to
black
get.
guy at the craps table with just a fat bankroll, just rolling fucking 7s and 11s all day, baby.
No.
Hunter, did you have anything, or Corey?
I have one thing, and then we're talking about Denver next, so I can leave, right?
Damn, I'm just gonna disregard you.
No, we can hit it up there after. JSN is the best receiver on this team. JSN will be the best receiver on this team for years to come.
This is so bad, dude. Like, what is going on?
As long as DK Metcalf is there, buddy, he's a number 2.
Is he just? Did he die?
Let's just keep it. Corey, just keep going. Talk about my goat.
You're going to be seeing the 2 Ohio State fucking studs in the NFC West, one on Arizona, one on Seattle for years to come, and it's going to be so much fun to watch. The NFC West is awesome. I'm going to be watching all the NFC West games the rest of the year because the Steelers have the North locked up. And that's all I have to say.
Yep. Metcalf has more yards with 2 less games played.
He started slow.
They had JSN shelved for the first 5 games.
He's been unleashed.
Joking, Corey?
He's been unleashed.
They let the dog out. You can't put.
Sure,
they open up Pandora's box. You can't put him back in there. He's fucking.
I might be slightly exaggerating JSN, but I still think he's.
Dude, he says
I think he's good too. He's not better than
come on,
DK.
Tony, let's be real.
Okay, I guess Corey does some dumb shit just to get reactions.
Corey always is just a big troll, dude. Like,
Hunter, do you got anything in this game?
Yeah, I think it's time for Debo to officially put down the boom box.
Jesus Christ. He needs to put down the fucking Twinkies. Jesus, he's fucking fat.
I don't know if it's a product of
put down the boom box.
I know that Debo is better as a number 2. I think he is a number 2 behind Juwan right now, but I just don't know where the production's gone. Like, I watch these games and they kind of try to look at him like in weird ways, but he's not running the ball like he did anymore. And maybe it is because he's fat. I don't know, but it's just comical. Like, that's, to me, that's a flaring flaw. Like, yeah, George Kittle being out hurts, but if there's a guy that needs to step up when Ayuk goes down, it has to be Debo. And Juwan can step up all he wants. That's awesome. But if Debo's not productive, this offense can't be that productive. I mean, CMC didn't even play that bad today. But it's just sorry, T. But it's just I don't know. I think this stems a lot from red zone efficiency, like you guys talked about, and then not being able to get the big play with Debo or anybody for that matter. I mean, your longest play is 22 yards. That's small in the NFL nowadays.
How many times did Kyle Shanahan run that fucking toss to the left, dude? And they tried, like, I'm gonna fucking pull my hair out. He kept running this fucking toss play that just was never been successful, not one time the whole game. And he go in the fucking pistol and run between the tackles. That's what works with Chris McCaffrey, not this fucking stretch.
Jump cutters in the NFL.
Yeah, let that man work between the tackles, man. Stop trying to get the edge. I don't know what he's calling anymore. It just
people love to talk about Debo's versatility, but the one thing that he can't do is like one of the most important things you need to be able to do as a receiver, which is push the ball downfield on the sideline and like be a deep threat. And Purdy's that's not like the best part of his game either, is to take a receiver that's not great about that and make a perfect throw on the sideline down the field. So when you don't have Ayuk. Yeah, when you don't have Ayuk, who is like a legit threat to beat a guy off the sideline, it puts a real cap on their offense, I think.
Yeah, Debo's officially turned to Smokey. # Friday reference.
Yeah, I don't think the 49ers are going to make the playoffs, I'll be honest. But moving on to the reason why I didn't victory lap Aiden Hutchinson and the defense being good in Detroit without him is because I'm taking my victory lap right here. And it's on the fucking Atlanta Falcons' grave. This team, I told you, they were the good, bad team. They just got their fucking ass whooped by Bo Nix. He made them look like a Pac-12 defense. Fucking incredible. They had 400 total yards. He was 28 of 33. Bo Nix had 5 incompletions today. Brant was fucking telling you guys the crazy stats you ever heard to start the season with Bo Nix stat lines. This guy just had 5 incompletions on 33 fucking pass attempts today. 300 yards, 4 touchdowns. Like, it's just
I only ever critiqued him throwing downfield. His completion percentage was never a critique of mine.
All right. I don't know. I don't have those stats in front of me, but he got 300 fucking yards and he has 4 touchdown passes in this game. Incredible fucking pounding of the Falcons at home in Denver. I don't like this Falcons team. I still think the Buccaneers have a chance to win this division. I also don't think the Broncos are that good, but
I'll take my
although it's a hunt.
Because my guy from week 1, I thought Bo Nix was going to come in and light the NFL up. He is your current offensive rookie of the year leader, and I think he might finish that out. Luke, who's better? Talk to me.
Jaden Daniels?
Potentially, I forgot about
that. I was kind of very confused as well.
This is going to be the first offensive rookie of the week that Jaden Daniels hasn't won. It's going to be this week.
Hang on a second. I'd love to put the stats side by side.
Do you want me to real quick?
Yes, please do. Go on stat.
All right, you go.
I'll talk about it. Somebody else talk about it.
What did Big Cat say? He's a Bo lever.
Yes, Bo lever. I heard that today.
I like that.
Yeah. Anybody else got something to say while I critique Hunter here?
What game
the Broncos are a playoff team. I said it last week. This team can make the playoffs, and I think they will. They're well coached. The defense is fucking awesome.
Pat Surtain better than Gonzalez?
No, absolutely.
I've got it right here, Hunter. If you'd like. For this year, Bo Nix 2,275 yards, 14 TDs, 6 interceptions. Jaden Daniels 2,338 yards, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and that's not including rushing stats, which Jaden Daniels is pretty good at.
Bo Nix has sneaky rushing stats.
He does have sneaky rushing stats. He does have sneaky rushing stats, but also Jaden Daniels' team.
That's not that far off. The Commanders have one more win than the Broncos do.
You're right. I guess it's close. I would argue eye test just seeing them play. I think a lot of people are going to give the edge to Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels' efficiency is crazy too. He doesn't throw very many completions.
Bo Nix has 300 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns.
I understand. I also want you to remember how bad he was to start the fucking. True. I didn't even think about that. That's a great point, Corey. But he was very bad to start the season. But he has turned it on, and the Broncos have turned it on. In the second half here.
It's locked up. I'm saying Broncos are a team that it's not an easy win. You're not going to go in there expecting an easy win from the Denver
with the Bengals loss, the Broncos, I mean, they're probably going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's fun.
This is just it's a Sean Payton masterclass with Bo Nix,
Yeah,
to be
it
honest
really
with you. I
is,
mean,
to
you
be
got to
honest.
think about it. If Sean Payton can turn Drew Brees into one of the best of all time,
What the
imagine
fuck?
what he can do with the
How is
6'6"
Drew
Bo
Brees catching
Nix.
strays here?
I'm a Drew Brees believer, dude. I love Drew Brees.
Believer?
I mean, I've always loved.
He's a first round Hall of Famer. I'd hope you believed.
I mean, I've always loved Drew Brees, but I mean, the dude's not built like an athletic fucking freak out there,
He's the most
dude.
accurate quarterback of all time.
Yeah, neither are some of the greatest quarterbacks. Neither was Manning or Brady. Like
Manning is a
Montana.
6'4". Fucking Brady's
He
6'5".
runs like me.
Fucking Drew Brees is 5'10",
Hunter, Bo Nix is
5'9".
12-1 to win Rookie of the Year right now.
Take that.
Minus
I honestly
3,000.
fuck with that 12-1.
He's -3.
Yeah. Drake May 25-1.
He ain't winning it.
Yeah, minus 3,000 for Jaden.
Daniels just gets a lot of the media hype.
We don't need to talk about Jaden Daniels in the Falcons Broncos game. Anybody want to talk about the
Okay,
Falcons?
the second I bring it up, it's fucking. Oh, we don't need to talk about it. You big-headed fuck.
Who do the Falcons play next week?
Fuck.
Oh, they're on bye. Fuck.
Michael Penix looked good. I'll give you that. Michael Penix looked good. What's his
bro,
Rookie of the Year odds?
Not available.
Him and Bo Nix used to duel in college. I'd love
That's
to
a
see that
fact.
NFL matchup.
That's a fact.
The Falcons will make the playoffs, though, Luke. I think you're
I mean,
crazy.
probably. I'm just saying. I think the Bucks are a more fun watch than the Falcons.
Baker
fucks.
Yeah.
We're going to look back on this rookie quarterback class, though, and think, damn, this has been a pretty good class because all these guys have shown true potential that they can be really good quarterbacks in this league.
I mean, Caleb's looked probably the worst, and I still think he's going to be pretty good. Yeah, I think he's going to be pretty good. Bays looked really good. Daniels looked good. Bo Nix looks good. And Penix, I mean, he only had 4 pass attempts, but I'll tell you, he looked good today, too.
They were playing soft defense. They were up by.
Dude, the one that he didn't even catch was an incredible fucking pass down the left sideline.
He's a fucking gunslinger. That's not the problem. You saw it at Washington. Whenever there was pressure on him, he crumpled into a little fucking.
I watched him in Indiana
and
for 4 years.
And he's left-handed.
Yeah. He's left-handed, so he can't play. Chiefs Bills game of the week. Everybody was expecting this one. Bills win the game at home. Mahomes looked like dog shit.
What's new?
Chiefs.
Jesus.
Their black magic didn't come through today. Josh Allen put his fucking Superman. He ripped the fucking suit off and took a fucking 40-yard 4th and 2
That was such
to
a
the
sick
house.
play. That was
incredible.
So
cool.
Incredible. He is the MVP in my eyes. We'll see how it comes down at the end of the year, but goddamn is he good, and he puts his team in the back. The fact that they let Stephon Diggs, they just say, see ya, buddy. Get out of here. We're going to go with the power of friendship. And they are fucking tearing it up on offense. This team, the explosive plays they're generating with no-name receivers is incredible. I know we know the names of these guys, but a lot of people don't. I mean, Khalil Shakir.
No names receivers. What are you talking
Curtis Samuel.
about?
You're telling me
Finster, bro. Like, are you being fucking serious right now?
didn't play
no
today.
name?
Curtis Samuel's a no-name. Are you serious?
Curtis Samuel is a
You're telling
no-name
me
these
David off the
days.
street knows who number 1 on the Bills is?
No. If you
Finster, get real, bro.
We live in Ohio, so if you
Connor.
know somebody on the street said,
this is the
do
shit
you know
this
who
guy's
Curtis
saying,
Samuel
dude.
is? Connor's
No,
agreeing
he's
with
not.
me.
He's not a no name to
Connor's
us.
not agreeing with you.
He's not. He's not.
What
a
I'm
no-name
saying
to
is, Finster, if you went up to somebody who wasn't who's a casual NFL watcher, and you said, "Tell me who number 1 of the Bills is,"
That
they'd say,
has nothing to do with
they wouldn't. They
being
wouldn't. They wouldn't know.
Even after
to
adding
us, he's not a
Cooper,
no-name.
it's a
Are we
bottom
serious?
half receiver group in the
Is he
NFL.
seriously
Even with
arguing with
Cooper.
this?
This was a first round pick out of Ohio State. Am I
Oh
wrong?
my
And he's
god, bro! What are we
he's
didn't
bad.
talking about,
Finster.
dude? He hasn't been good in the NFL.
No, he
I
hasn't
don't
been
gotta
good.
tell you.
Quarterback, dude. He was on the fucking Panthers
Okay,
and the
whatever.
Commanders for
Cam
fucking
Newton?
years. You think Cam Newton was a great passer?
We're done with this. I was trying to make a point about Josh Allen not having the best weapons when he traded away an all-pro receiver.
I agree with that.
Cooper? Like what?
They just traded for Mari Cooper and he's barely played.
Josh Allen has been
At
doing
some
a lot.
point in
not that much.
8 seasons, you have to have 1,000-yard season to be considered a good receiver. If you gotta go 8 seasons straight, your best
Brant. He had no quarterback, bro. He was on the Commanders. What are
Terry
you
McLaurin's
talking
had no
about?
quarterback his entire career. He has multiple 1,000-yard seasons, and he went to Ohio State as a first-round pick. Or he was a second-round pick. Jesus Christ, stop.
He has barely. It wasn't that many
His
thousand
was Terry
yards.
McLaurin, and he was not a fucking good receiver.
George,
so stop it.
George
You guys
Pickens was a
don't know what
1,000-yard
you're
receiver
talking
last
about,
year with
dude.
Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, and Mitchell
Yeah.
Trubisky.
One season,
you.
Corey. Congrats. You got
Yeah,
it.
and Pickens isn't even good.
Fister, take it away. Talk about your fucking Chiefs. Talk about your Chiefs. Talk about them, Fister.
Yeah, they're 9-1. And what are your Bengals? Okay, like they're not my
What
Chiefs.
are we doing, dude?
They're not. Well, don't throw this Chiefs team on me. I'm not a fucking Chiefs fan. I just think they're a good team.
Anybody got anything they want to say about this game, and we can stop talking about the Bills receiving core?
Let Tony talk. Let Tony talk.
I don't even know anymore. Let's let go of Luke go off and rant about these games, and he'll give some bad picks on Tuesday and be down more units. This is a podcast.
I was trying to make a point about how Josh Allen was playing well with trading away his number one receiver for the past 3 years, an All-Pro, and you come at me about the Bills receivers not being
the thing
no
is with the
names.
Stephon Diggs take, Stephon Diggs was a great thing to trade away. He wasn't good as last year with the Bills. That wasn't Josh Allen being spectacular today. He's not that great, I think, in the pocket and being a good passer.
My question: 32 teams in the league. Would you say the Bills wide receiver room is in the top 16?
No, absolutely
Thank
not.
you. That's the point Luke is trying to make.
But Keon Coleman is also very good, but he just hasn't been playing.
No, that's the point Luke is trying to make is the wide receiver room isn't like a fantastic like a lot of
It's
these really
better
good
than
teams.
the Chiefs. I'll say that. It's definitely better than the Chiefs.
That's pretty similar.
I don't.
I think it.
If Rice was playing, Rice would be the best player.
I think in this point of his career.
Kincaid didn't play today.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're going to compare the
also been
receivers
ass.
for the season.
All right, let's talk about the game.
that's-
Let's not talk about hypothetical whose fucking receivers are better. Let's talk about the game. Bills win the fucking game. They needed to win this game. I mean, they didn't need to, but it felt good, I'm sure, to beat the fucking Chiefs, given the first loss of the year.
They're cursed. They were cursed by that fucking team. They couldn't beat them.
They're not.
They beat them 2 out of the last
We've
3.
been
3 out of the
over
last.
this.
They've won 3 out of the last 4 against
The
Kansas
Bills
City.
are
Connor.
4-1 in the regular season against the Chiefs, but they're
We've
0-3 against
We've
them.
been over this.
They're cursed.
Bills look really good. Bills are very good. I know I wasn't all in on the Bills. I am now. I think this team is legit. Josh Allen's the MVP. Anybody else got anything they want to say? Chiefs are still really
also
good.
threw shade on the Chiefs late. The whatever her name was like, how'd you feel about this big game? He's like, yeah, just another Week 11 game.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back up to one thing real quick. I'll come to you, Corey. Sorry. Mahomes, after the game, saying we'll do this again or some other shit. Mahomes has quickly become the most insufferable fuck in the entire NFL. Do we all remember what happened last year in the regular season against the Bills? What his post-game handshake was to Josh Allen? Do we remember this? That's the most call I've ever seen, bro. That's the worst call I've ever seen. The most ungrateful, selfish, stuck-up, arrogant piece of shit prick I've ever fucking met in my life. Fuck you, Patrick Mahomes.
Agreed.
Wow. And your brother.
Met him?
Yeah.
And your I've ever fucking seen. All right. Fuck him.
And your wife.
I didn't know you and him were homies.
And your wife. I'm not gonna say that actually.
Damn.
I take that back. Your brother is a
That kinda makes
scumbag
sense.
though. Fuck your brother. You should be in jail for what he did. Corey, take it away.
And your dumbass MAGA wife.
Liberal.
Anyway, I said this on Tuesday. The Bills were going to win this game by more than one score. What did they do? They won the game by more than one score. The Chiefs' offense has not been good. I mean, they've been good. They haven't been great like they have in past years, and that's why I don't think
Mediocre.
That's why I don't think this Chiefs team is going to be able to three-peat. They've had the devil magic so far, but that's starting to run out. Also, I kind of lost my train of thought because Luke wanted to keep. I said probably 3 or 4 weeks ago that the Bills would be the team to come out of the AFC. And IT Joel, if you're sleeping right now, I need to text you because you definitely are sleeping right now. Go back and clip that and bring it here right now, please. Of Luke laughing in my face when I said that the Bills. When I said that the Bills are going to make it out of the AFC, Luke laughed in my face.
Material change in those last 4 weeks. Like I don't like there can be a material change.
When this
Josh Allen is the MVP.
Agreed.
Lamar is not even
Racist.
close to being the MVP. Okay.
We'll see when this team plays them with Pacheco back. Because Kareem Hunt's he is fucking fat and slow. To be honest with you,
Pacheco is my boo bear.
Yeah,
Yes.
when this game's playing in Arrowhead, the Chiefs will win this game.
I want someone
In
to
the
clip
playoffs.
Fenster because 2
we'll
weeks
see
ago
if
he
it's
was just
played
talking
Arrowhead.
about
We'll come
Kareem
back to
Hunt
this,
was the
and
guy.
Luke, if you want to come back on these takes, because you are always wrong against me in one-on-one takes. When this game's played in Arrowhead in the playoffs, the Chiefs will win.
It might
with
not be
Pacheco
an
back.
Arrowhead. It might not be an Arrowhead.
It
The
might not
Chiefs
be
will
an
win
Arrowhead
out.
one. And when I
The
threw it
Chiefs
to
are
you and
gonna win
said,
out.
"You're Chiefs," you get all fucking defensive. They're not my Chiefs. Why are you forcing the Chiefs on me? And you want to come in here and fucking do this little dance?
No, you're just
when this is
you're
playing
just
Arrowhead, they're gonna
you
fucking
guys are
destroy the
just
Bills like you're always
fucking
wrong.
all on the Bills on this one game, and I don't know why this game had so much hype behind it. It's a fucking regular season game. Like this ain't gonna put the
Why
Chiefs
are
out
they
of
playing
the
the
playoffs.
games, dude? Why are they playing the games?
They'll be fine. They have
Playoff.
a cakewalk of a schedule at the end of the season.
This is
hold on. Let me back on to Tony here, though. Like realistically, who are you taking in a playoff game? Josh Allen and McDermott or Andy Reid and Mahomes? I don't
Russell
give a fuck
Wilson and
what
the
the
Steelers.
teams are. I'm with Tony. Like, yeah, it's a regular season game, and yeah, it matters for seeding, I guess. But like, I don't think Mahomes gives a fuck if it's in Buffalo or KC. They're gonna play so much different in the playoffs than they always do. It's just the Andy Reid effect. Like, they're so much better coached than this Bills team, and I'll stand on that.
Do you think the Chiefs are going to three-peat?
I don't know if they'll three-peat, but the
I
fact
think they
that you
could make
can
it
say
easily.
if there's a team that can go in and whoop Buffalo's ass, like yeah, Mahomes and Andy Reid have a good.
No matter who you're picking in the playoffs, it's not any more than like a 55%. Like this game could go either way. No matter who. Like you can say the Chiefs are going to be more likely to win, and you might be, but it's not like they're going to be a lock to beat the Bills.
But this game doesn't throw me off. Like to say it's convincing that the Bills are going to come out of the AFC now. No, I don't take that.
That's what you guys were just
Of
hyping
course
up.
not.
The
It's
fucking Bills are
Pittsburgh.
the greatest team ever.
No, the Steelers are coming out of the
Bills.
The Steelers are coming out of the AFC. What are we talking about?
Exactly.
I'm also going to state the fact too that Corey already said it earlier. Defenses win championships. This is one of the best defenses in the NFL.
They just had 30 points hung on by Josh Allen.
Tony is completely right about that.
This has been the most elite defense in the NFL. When this game's played in the playoffs, and you're going to realize that Josh Allen can't win playoff games against elite defenses, this is what we're going to come back to.
Josh Allen's fault that his head coach, who's a defensive coordinator, can't fucking stop anybody. That's his fault.
Josh Allen throws
the playoffs, dog. It's coaching. I don't.
I'm not arguing about a playoff game between the fucking Chiefs and the Bills. We've seen it a million times. I'm not arguing that. I just said it's a good fucking win for the Bills and Josh Allen's the MVP.
If you're gonna bitch about the head coach defensive, then don't tell me the Bills are coming out of the AFC. You can't be too excited here. It's one or the other, brother.
Yeah, you're just saying like fucking Josh Allen is so much better than Mahomes.
You're worried about their defensive head coach.
Right now he is. It's not even close. Brother, it is. It's not even close. He's playing way better football than Mahomes.
We'll see when it comes playoff time.
And one last thing on the Chiefs don't have the ability to blow anyone out unless they're not in the playoffs. They might be able to blow out one of these bottom. They play the Carolina. They'll probably be able to blow out Carolina. They can't blow out a playoff team. That offense is not good enough. But I'm not saying they can't win another Super Bowl. They can because Mahomes and Reid are that good and that defense is that good. But it will be close. All those games will be close because their offense is not explosive.
Pacheco coming back will be a huge addition to this team because they need someone explosive in that backfield, and Kareem Hunt is not fucking explosive.
Kareem Hunt, man, that guy is fun to watch. He just ragdolls.
When he gets up, do you watch him when he gets up? It's like the fucking jelly rolls are just fucking.
Is he better than Zeke? Is he better than Zeke right now?
Yeah. Oh,
he
yeah.
reminds me of Zeke. He reminds me a lot like
Pacheco's
Zeke.
splitting out wide and he's running fucking 50 routes a game, I'm not really thinking it's going to be that much of a boost for the offense. They need a fucking receiver.
Is so much better.
I'm not saying he's not better than Kareem Hunt, who's 30 and didn't even be signed by a team this year. I'm not saying that. He's definitely better than him, but he's not going to change this offense to where they're putting up 30 a fucking game.
Well,
yeah, they need to get P. Ryan the ball more.
Going back to the whole
if fucking Worthy could know how to had some field awareness, I think this game would have been a lot fucking different, dude. This guy has zero awareness of where he is on the field. I feel
he's got
like
all the athletic ability and then a pea fucking brain.
Yeah, nobody loves to step out on the sideline more than Worthy. I feel like he does it once a game.
Crazy,
man.
Did you see the Pickens play today?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
incredible. Pickens is the worst.
Did you see, Corey? Did you see the one where he the 2-yard gain and he had the sticks mixed up and he pointed first down because he got past the line of
I
scrimmage?
saw that.
Yeah, that was
That's my
incredible.
Boo Bear.
He
I
saw
love-
the
I
sticks
love
right
him.
there and he was like, "Fuck yeah, man! First
I
down."
love him.
Nothing
All right,
but
anybody else?
NBA YoungBoy theme songs going through that guy's head and gang signs. I mean, it's fucking hilarious.
This is by far
He's
our
so
longest
good.
Sunday recap episode.
I think we should say a
How
couple
long
more
was the
things
Bengals?
just to make it go extra long.
Hunter, top 4 teams in the AFC. Go.
I like this.
Ooh. Okay.
It's easy. Do you have to rank them? Or just give 'em?
Patriots.
Do I have to go? Do I have
Yeah,
to
go
rank
1
them
through
or
4.
can-
Go 1 through 4. Yeah.
I still. This is tough now. All right, let's go. Let's do. I'm
You
gonna
can
start
talk-
And
with the
your
back.
time is up. Thank
I'm gonna
you,
start with the back.
Brant.
I'll go Steelers at 4.
Ew.
Boo.
I'll go Bills at 3, Chiefs at 2, Ravens at 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
All right.
So bad.
Brant,
I
top 4
am-
teams in the NFC. Go.
In the NFC.
Yes,
Yeah.
go.
All right.
I feel like the NFC is
The
pretty
best team in the
easy.
NFC is the Lions,
Yep.
and then I would say it's probably the Eagles, and then I still am a Vikings believer, and it gets kind of rough after the top 2 or 3 in the NFC. It's kind of top heavy. Then you get into like Packers, or I'm looking at the standings right now. Commanders, which I still kind of think are frauds. You guys are saying their defense is playing that better. I'm not totally buying it.
I would say Packers for me.
Can the
Yeah,
Car-
I think it's Lions, Eagles,
It might
Vikings,
be Cardinals.
and then whoever.
All right. I'll pick 2 other people next week to do the NFC and the AFC.
All right, I like that. Good. That's Corey's hot seat segment. You never know who's going to be up. You never know
Never
who's
know.
going to be up. He's got a fucking question for
He's just
somebody.
gonna throw
You
it there,
never
man.
know. There's no fucking research.
I could pick
on
the same
spot.
2 next week. You guys
You
got to be
wouldn't
ready.
know. You wouldn't know. There's no.
How lucky would I
preparation.
be to not be picked?
All right, that is a wrap for the Sunday recap. It's probably our longest episode ever. A lot of good stuff in there. If you stuck around this whole time, throw a fucking like and a comment. And we'll see you
Hit that
on.
subscribe.
I'm gonna tap in real quick.
fucking
We'll
subscribe.
be
Yeah.
back. We
Make
will
sure
be
you
back
hit the
week
bell to get
12.
notified whenever we
Week
post a
12.
video.
We will be
Might
back
be
week
late
12
because-
with the best weeks of our life.
Person recording might have been too drunk and talked over themselves.
If
the
you
whole
look
fucking
up
time.
here, it's our last video, and if you look up here, it's what YouTube recommends in the algorithm you watch next.
All right,
Tuesday
good
night,
night,
right?
everybody. Thank you for sticking around, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.
I need $1 bad.